Hello all. Hopefully this recording does well. I'm still new at this. Yes, I'm still very much new. So what I'm going to do is go over a couple of features of some new plugins. Plugins that we run are these. The new ones that I've installed recently are the two first ones, AutomatedCrafting and AutoPickup. There's also a couple of teleporting ones that I've installed recently, which is the OtherAnimalTeleport and HorseTPWithMe. So these are a few of the useful plugins that do just minor little quality of life changes that I consider very useful. I try to make things optional though, so that way they can be turned off. And if you'd like to turn it off, you can. So AutoCrafting and AutoPickup. AutoCrafting is just something you have to craft a certain thing to work. AutoPickup, though, is something you type a command in. OtherAnimalTeleport is something that just works all the time. And HorseTPWithMe is also something that works all the time. So let me go over these. First of all, let's just go in order. If you look at AutomatedCrafting, this one's a little bit tougher to explain. I need a little room here. But what I've basically done here is you install a plugin and you put certain things together and it will work. Here is what happens. So what you do is you put a dropper in. And on the dropper, you put an item frame. And what you would like the output to be, you put in the item frame. If the ingredients for that item that's in the item frame appear in the dropper, then it will create that item and push it out. So what we might think of doing is perhaps something that takes redstone dust and makes redstone blocks. And you know that redstone blocks are made by 9 redstone, right? So we have to have this to be able to make a redstone block. So how this works is that we're going to drop our dropper, and our dropper is a little odd. It has to come, well, let's do it this way. It has to face the right direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold shift and put it down. So that way it faces down into this hopper, right? So a little awkward, but you get it, right? So this one up here, we're going to face down into it. Okay, so there we've got input and output. Now by itself, this is going to do nothing. However, what we're going to do is we're going to put an item frame on the item frame. We're going to do this. Okay. So let's put the item frame on. Hold shift, put the item frame on. Now we're going to put a block of redstone in there. Now if something else appears in this, it's not going to do anything. But if 9 redstone, or whatever it takes to make this item appear in here, then it will create that item. So let's watch it work. I'm going to go throw these in here, and we know that it's going to make 2, right? So what's it going to do with the other 8? Well, we'll see. Let's do it. So right now it's putting them inside here. And every time it makes 9, it will remove the 9 and put the output down here. And whatever it doesn't have, if it's not enough to make it, it will just leave the leftovers inside here. So eventually I could come back here and throw more redstone in here, and it will continue to run. It's not fast, okay? So if you expect to be able to throw, throw 9 64 stacks in here and then expect it to just drop out a bunch, you're wrong. It's not going to work that way. It only works 1 out of every 27 ticks. A tick is 1/100th of a second, I think it is, or 1/10 of a second. In any case, this isn't fast. It'll put out about 2 a second, 3 a second. That's been my measuring just watching it. I mean, you saw it, so let's do it real quick and you can kind of see it work live. Now part of that is the hopper time it takes to put in here. So let's remove that aspect of it, and we'll try again. So now I'm just going to throw it all in here. You can see it takes time to create the objects. So that's about the amount of time. Maybe just over 1 per second. 1.5 per second, maybe. So that's how that works. In any case, and of course all the container type oddities and the way things work all work. So that'll be fine too. In any case, that's how that works. Hopefully that was educational. And let's talk about the other things. So I do have an animal. Here's my little cat. His name's Kirby. Okay. So if I turn Kirby on, activate him, and he's walking around with me, and he's able to follow me and everything, then he will teleport with me. So if I teleport, he teleports. This also works if the animal is leashed to you. So if the animal's not tame, but he's leashed to you, or you've got a leash on and you teleport, it should work the same too. So that's how that works. So it works automatically. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to type anything. That's just how it works. All right, so let's talk about another thing. Oh, and the same thing is with the horse. The thing about this OtherAnimalTeleport, it doesn't work with horses. So I disabled horses in there, so it won't work with a horse. But in addition to that, I put HorseTPWithMe, so that way a different plugin takes control when you try to teleport with your horse, and it's this one. And so this one will work. So that's the reason for 2 of them, and that is the reason that they just work, and you don't have to type anything in. Not sure if you can actually type anything in. I think you can toggle it. You can toggle it, or not, but you don't have to. So the other thing that we're going to talk about is AutoCrafting, or not AutoCrafting, we just did that, AutoPickup. So AutoPickup comes in 2 things. It's a command, and it's called AutoPickup. So what AutoPickup does is it's a toggle. So right now I have it disabled. Because of that, it works, Minecraft works the way it always works, and that is it gathers things until you pick them up, right? And then once you pick them up, now they're in your inventory. With AutoPickup turned on, you don't ever see them. It is a little disconcerting when you first use it because you think, well, the server's lagging or something like that. But no, it is actually picking them up. There's another part to it, and that is called AutoDrops. Right now I disabled it, and you can enable it by doing AutoDrops. So what happens is with AutoDrops, is that if you kill a mob and the mob produces some drops, it will automatically put them in your inventory. It doesn't matter if you used a bow and you shot from really far away. Doesn't matter. If you kill them, you gain experience. You don't have to go pick up the experience, and you gain all their drops, and you don't have to go pick them up. So even if it was really, really far away, doesn't matter. It still works. Now this works in conjunction with our other plugin, which is called Vein Miner. So the way that these 2 uniquely work together is that if you have Vein Miner turned on, so if you do toggle, it's off right now, but I'm going to turn it back on. And the idea here is that if you hold down the sneak key, in my case it's shift because it's still default, then it will pick up all of the items that you mine out to a certain distance. That distance is configurable. Right now it's about 16 or so. Maybe it's less than that. It's probably less than 16. But let me show you how these two work together. So let me go to an area that I'm looking for, which is a big area. See if I can find it. I think it's the other way. So there's a big area I'm looking for, because this is where I spotted it. And it was kind of working together, which it did a really good job of working together. And of course now I can't find it. But there is a spot that this works really well. And I will show you as soon as I can find it. And it's probably over here. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So let me show you how this works. For one thing, it works on logs, right? So let's say we're coming along and we're going to take up this bridge here. Now, this panels, these not panels but planks, if I hold shift, it only picks up one. And that's because it's not configured to work with VeinMiner. But logs are. So these logs, when I hold down shift, it picks them all up. So not only does it mine them all, like VeinMiner does, but VeinMiner, as soon as it's done mining them all up, hands it over to AutoPickup, and AutoPickup picks them up. So that was a very good way for that to work, because see, I didn't have to go all the way down there to mine up that whole thing. I didn't have to come along and say, okay, I need that whole thing, so I'm just going to come over here, and I'm going to go ahead and mine it all. Nope. I can just hold down shift, and it picks it all up, and I don't have to go all the way over there. So in other words, I could be up here, mining this away, and I can just pick all that up. That makes it very easy. I really like that feature of it, them working together, because that's very helpful as far as like picking up things that you don't want to have to go down there to pick it up. Like, I don't have to go down there to pick that up. I just picked it all up. So that's very useful. If you have something that you'd like to add to VeinMiner, it is configurable. So I can add things. For example, if I'm going to mine all these bridges up, what I would do is I would turn on planks, oak planks, in VeinMiner, so that I could just hold down shift and it would mine them all up. Now, of course, that could be a dangerous situation because you're going to mine something right out from under you. But if you'd like something like that added to it, drop me a note and I'll consider it. But anyway, that should be helpful, and that it should be a helpful plugin to add to quality of life type of thing. Another thing that I've been doing is I've been continuing to work with the multiverse portals. So I've got a portal over here to my other part of my base. This is my same base. It's only a few blocks over from my house in that direction. But I use this portal system to be able to go back and forth between them. So that way it's almost like going downstairs. It's very quick and easy. I also wanted to talk about this, and I do get this message a lot. I'm sorry about the spam. I tried to turn this off, but you may get this. Maybe I'm the only one getting it. I don't know. But I have my animal already put away, right? He's not coming with me, but yet it tells me that every time. So it's kind of spammy. It messages me a lot because of that. But in any case, I don't like that part. I wish I could turn that off. So if you're the developer of OtherAnimalTeleport, consider this a note and a request to turn this off, to be able to turn off this message, because I don't want my cat to come with me all the time, everywhere I go. So if I want to put him away, then it ought to be quiet about it, instead of telling me about it all the time. So I'd really like that to be configurable. This is just a note that's part of Minecraft. But I don't know if you knew that dripstone worked this way, but you can have cauldrons underneath dripstones, and they slowly fill up. Whatever you're dripping into them, they slowly fill up. And you can pick that up with a bucket. So I've been able to collect a lot of buckets of lava. It basically is an infinite source of fuel. The only problem is that it's very slow. It could, I think I counted them one time, and it's about 50 drips or so before it fills up that cauldron, which is a lot. You have to stand here for a long time for that to fill up. So I don't like that, but it is renewable. So what I do is I have a fuel system that sends me sticks. And the way it sends me sticks, I was able to take advantage of the plugin that I just told you about. And what that is, what I did was I put a dropper here, and I have a farm over there. It's that white building that produces lots of bamboo, right? So it's a bamboo farm. And that bamboo comes into here. And what I did was I used the dropper system for this AutoCrafting, for that automated crafting thing. So what I did was I have that feeding through hoppers. It feeds bamboo through here, and it feeds bamboo into here. So every time it gets 2 bamboo, it creates a stick. And then it sends the sticks on into my automated fuel system. So I put this as part of my fuel system, an upgrade to my fuel system. So every time I get a drop of a bunch of bamboo, it feeds sticks into my my fuel system. I like that because that basically doubles my storage, right? So all these hoppers, they can fit double now the amount of fuel because, as you know, it takes 2 bamboo to make 1 stick, right? So this basically effectively doubled my storage. Plus, the stick is good. It takes 4 bamboo to burn something, but it takes only 2 sticks. And 2 sticks, that's good enough. So I liked that, the way that measured out. So that's the reason I did that. That's another cool thing you can do with that. I've been able to do that, and it's been working now for quite some time, and it's been very nice to have. So I do appreciate that. So if you have any other ideas or want to know how something works on the server, I'm happy to explain. I'm happy to try to, put a video out as far as like, how to get it to work or what the best use of it is. So that's what I like to do for you, is to try to let you know what is enabled on the server and why it's there and how to use it. So feel free to take advantage of these things. They are not laggy, and that's the reason I like them. They're not laggy solutions. Of course, you can probably use other auto crafting systems, but those are more laggy. This is the one that produced the least amount of lag for the server. So I considered it a quality of life upgrade that I could do and that I liked. So I hope you can take advantage of it. You could do something like, you could take an automated farm that creates lots of wheat, and just before it stores the wheat, it could convert the wheat into hay bales. So that way you basically did 9 times your storage, right? You just took your storage and made it 9 times more efficient. So that's a great way to do that. Plus, it reduces the number of items in the server. I also talked about this the other day, but let's talk about it one more time. I wouldn't say most, but a lot of items on the server have a value, and what I would like to do is to be able to get you to be aware of that. So you can type /worth with something in your hand, and it tells you what that item is worth, so that if you do sell hand, it will sell all of the terracotta that's in my inventory, not just what's in my hand, and it will give me money for it. I say that because if you've got a bunch of terracotta here and you only want to sell 1, then you better specify 64, right? That way, because if you sell 1 terracotta is in your hand and you do sell terracotta, it will not sell 1, it will sell every terracotta in your inventory. I just want you to know that, just as a warning. Unless you say, like, sell 1. Anyway, you can also do sell terracotta, if that helps. And you can do the number 2. If you do sell terracotta, it will sell all items that are in your inventory that are terracotta. Anyway, just something to let you know there. The reason I do that is because I want you to maintain a balance. You can do /BAL, and you can see the balance that you have. Or you can do /money, I think. It tells you your balance. Every $1,000 you have, you can type in diamond, /diamond, and it will take $1,000 out of your account and give you 1 diamond. So that way it gives you a reward, although it's slight, a reward for getting rid of items out of the server. So if you have tons and tons of items that are stuck in chests somewhere, find out if they have a worth. And if they have a worth, sell them. And that way you can get a little money and you can clean up the server. I encourage that, and that's how I pay you to do it, is I give you diamonds if you earn enough to buy a diamond. So that's something I try to do on the server to encourage efficiency and helping me keep it clean. But anyway, so that will hopefully help. I think that's about all I could do today as far as helping you understand things, how they work. Anyway, if you have any questions, or if you find out that something doesn't have a value and you have tons of it, let me know what it is, and I will assign a value. I do not put very high values on because I don't want it to be taken advantage of and people have unlimited diamonds. And I don't want to encourage people to just go and mine up millions and millions of an item or farm hundreds and hundreds of items per second just so they can earn money for diamonds. I'm trying not to encourage that. But if you have leftover items in chests, get rid of them and turn them into diamonds. That's the goal. So if I find anybody taking advantage of it in the wrong way, I will correct it. And I'll either reduce the value to very, very low, like as in a penny, or I will just stop it altogether, or I'll just not allow you to sell that item. So I hope it's of value. If you find something that you have tons of that you want to have a value, let me know what it is, and I'll assign a value. Anyway, I appreciate you playing on my server, and I hope you have fun. I try to make it an enjoyable experience, so let me know if I can help in any regard. And so with that, I will bid you goodbye, and see you on the server.